Hello and welcome to OakNet, the Older Adult Knowledge Network. From this site, which is located at www.oak-net.org, you can access a number of different resources that relate to legal information and older adults. From this site here, right in the box on the main page, we have a number of booklets that you can either view online or print off for yourself. We have a booklet about abuse of older adults, frequently asked questions, and then we have a number of booklets that deal with planning for the future. For instance, making a will, making a power of attorney, making a personal directive, and also a booklet on frauds and scams and grandparents' rights. If you click on any of these booklets, they will open up into a new window. For instance, here is the Making a Will booklet. We can maximize the window to view the whole booklet, and you can either read it online or print it off for yourself. This is a 24-page booklet. Let's click on the X and return back to OakNet, the Older Adult Knowledge Network. The main part of the website deals with abuse of older adults. And this site describes different types of abuse in non-institutional settings and describes how Canadian law protects older adults in these settings. First of all, I just want to point out that when you do access this site, you might be interested first in reading about how to protect your privacy. So right here at the bottom of the page, you can click on Read This First. Again, it opens up into a new window, and this just gives you a little bit of information about how to erase your history so that no one is able to trace back your steps and see where you've been on the internet. So if you'd like to have your privacy protected, just read this document first, and it describes how you can do that. Just click the X and return back. So first of all, we've organized all of the legal information about abuse of older adults in 3 different ways. You can access the information either by stories, through an index of legal information, or through a search engine. Let's first look at the stories section. So we click on stories, and these are stories that are fictional and that describe 3 different types of abuse in non-institutional settings. And then there's a final 4th story called Jenny's Story, which describes planning for the future. So let's say we wanted to read a story about financial abuse. We can go to Elaine's story, click on that, and there is a brief narrative, a brief scenario that you can read through, and then as you scroll down, you can get some further legal information and legal answers to questions raised in the narrative. If you're interested in getting this text larger, you can go up to the top right hand corner and click on View Text Larger, and it will increase the text size. To get it smaller, once again, just click on View Text Smaller, and it will return back to the original size. Let's just return home. Just on the left hand menu, we can click on Home. It takes us back to our home page, and from here we will access the index or table of contents that describes a just the facts approach to getting legal information. So here the information provided will give you a general understanding of the issues and possible legal actions that you might need to take. If we scroll down the page, you'll see that it's all set up in a table of contents fashion. And anytime you see an area that you're interested in, we can just click on that. So for instance, using the law to keep an abuser away, if we click on that section, that takes us to more detailed information about how one can use the law to protect yourself. So in terms of establishing emergency protection orders, restraining orders, and peace bonds. Let's click on emergency protection orders, and it will take us to another section of the site where we can get further detailed information about these different types of orders. And at the bottom of the page, on all of the pages of the website, you'll see that there's a print version. If we click on that, you will get a version of the website that is a lot easier to print off and to read. So if you do want to print this information off, just click on the print version, and then you won't get all of the various graphics and different colors, which might not come out very well on your printer. To return back to the website, let's click on the back button at the top left-hand side of the screen. And we will just scroll all the way back up to the top of the page, and let's return home. The third way of finding legal information on the OakNet website is through the search. If we click on the search button, this will take us to the search engine, and this search will look in the documents on the OakNet website to find the legal information that you are looking for. So for instance, if you are looking for information about emotional abuse and you want to find all of the documents that relate specifically to emotional abuse, you can write that in to the search box and be sure to include the phrase in quotation marks so that it searches emotional abuse together as one phrase. So here we have 3 results that have come up. One of them, it looks like it's from one of the narratives called Tom's Story, and then one of them is from the index of legal information. So let's click on the first result, which is Tom's Story, and this is a story that deals specifically about emotional or psychological abuse. And so you were able to access the information through the search engine. We can return back to the home page, and I hope that this very short introduction to OakNet has been helpful to you. Thanks for listening and watching, and good luck.